I think our listeners will be so interested to hear that, what is the sort of the process, the scientific process that goes into curating an alluring scent, such as, adrenaline. How does that kind of work from the initial research stage up until getting it on the shelves?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Formula One is an incredible brand, and not just for car lovers or for design aesthetics, but I think as a lifestyle, right? It's an experience that people aspire to, and Farah, you're the queen of it as well. So you know, and you live it and breathe it. So it's working. Firstly, it's a license. It's working closely with the team and really understanding the DNA of F1. And from our point of view, we really wanted to, go big on design and working with as Formula One is, and like this is meant to embody the shape of the car, Um, so when you have a beautiful bottle design, it's all about engineering. You need to make sure every component fits. It's not as simple as, oh, let's just make a bottle and this is 3D printed too. So, and then making sure all the components come together. And then the first thing is you want to obviously make your juice, your fragrance, and then it goes through a lot of compatibility testing. You do a lot of focus groups. You find the notes, and if you don't have a muse, usually we work with the brand Formula One, and we define the aspects of what the consumer is looking for, who is our target, just your normal how you build a business. But a lot of people think the fragrance process is something, you just put juice in a bottle and it just appears on shelf. It's not, right? It takes months of hard work. That's why a lot of brands can't do it themselves, and a lot of paperwork, registration, the filling time, and then you have to put it in the packaging and then sell it. And there's a lot of behind the scenes. So I mean, maybe Akash, you could take them through like each step.
Yeah, I mean, really simple. I always love to simplify business because I think people get very confused. And what I like to say is when you were a kid, you went to build a bear workshop, right? That is how simple business can be. It's about just renaming those steps. And same with building a fragrance. It's really about there are certain things you can maybe skip, but certain things you cannot. If you don't put the foam in, no matter what you're doing to build a bear, you're not going to have a bear. So the same thing is the same with the fragrance bottle is forget about the outside. It can always change and it'll be very perceptive, but the main thing is the juice inside. And I think that's where you can't take any shortcuts. You really got to do this typical process, which is finding the nose, discovering the scent. But it's the most exciting thing. It's like trying all these different flavors and seeing what works. But I think today the businesses that really succeed, and what we're with Formula One is one of my father's new kind of projects, is how much are you bringing in that community, the lovers of Formula One, the potential customers, the lifestyle addicts, and the race car people. And these are the things that we've actually in this fragrance really done a lot of stereotypes and personality tests and A/B testing, and we've got now 5 scents that we're actually really excited because it really does connect from a functional fragrance, not just like a marketing fragrance. So that's, I think, the future of fragrance today is really connecting that functionality with the lifestyle. And I think that's what we did with Formula One, which is very exciting.
Is it a universal scent, or is it different for men and women?
So it's a universal scent. It's actually very interesting because even today, I mean, when I was at Dior, a lot of my female colleagues use Dior Homme, like the men fragrance. And I think I started learning about how it's actually very hard now today to I like this word universal scent. I really want to get out of this kind of male and female kind of segment in the aisles and in the retailers and stuff, because, to be honest, as long as you like a scent shouldn't be on agenda, right? Like, I love floral and fruity and sweet, and that usually tends to be the female fragrances. So it's a shame that when I don't actually like the sandalwoods and the ouds and the musks and the very strong scents, I find it very dense and hard for me. So it's a shame I go to the male fragrance and I'm always not very excited, and I go to the women's one and I have to look for that one which is it's safe, not too much, not too sweet. But I love the fact that, these 5 fragrances are very universal, but also universal in the sense of it depends on who that person is, because now everyone's got their own unique opinion and are open to trying new fragrances too.
Listen to more insights on the Mission Makers podcast through Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.